All right, all right, all right, all right. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Good morning. My apologies, folks. Trying to figure some stuff out. I gotta stop putting that off and get it done today. But peace and blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators, all the in betweens. I got a good show for y'all this morning. It's going to be a double header. So tap in. Nat, I'm bringing you up. I hope all is well with you, sir. Let's get this up on a big screen real quick. Okay, I got to remember this. What's going on?
Oh, same old, man. Just busy, No complaints. No complaints. Nobody cares if you complain anyway, right?
Nope, not one bit.
My mother would have done, but she's not here anymore. So, it is what it is.
Right, right,
Just got
right.
to get on with it, right? Just got to get on with it. So, yeah, I'm just busy, man. Just busy. Just sent a book proposal to someone today. Fine, sent my fifth revision to this book I'm writing. It's a career book, yeah. So I'm hoping it's going to be good with some luck. The proposal, that is. I know the book will be good, or I won't publish it, right? No
Right.
publisher will let you publish it if it's not good, right? So yeah, it's weather is warming up here, which is nice. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that because it's been a cold winter for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're done with the wintertime, you can send it over here. I'll gladly embrace it. I do not like the hot weather at all. I mean, it's cool for certain things, but
Yeah.
uh, but on that note, I wish you the best with that book, with
Thanks, man.
the opportunity that's been presented. I'm pretty sure it's going to do numbers, just because you have that focus, and as long as you are like on your target and you ain't got all these distractions, you should be fine.
I hope so. I mean, just busy, right? Simple as that. Simple as that. And yeah, just trying not to take on too much, but also it's good to have a number of things really that you're working on, I think. So yeah.
Well, let's get into this, man.
This is a
That's,
brutal one today. I've forgotten what it was because it was so brutal. I watched it and then I was like, really? Did he send this to me? Are we really going to talk about this? It's that bad, right? It's literally that insane. It's crazy. It's crazy.
oh,
Horrendous.
I got a double.
It's
So
dark, man.
we're gonna watch this one. I got another video that I want to play too. Um, just as bad, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oof. Oof.
With this, I was on Instagram and I was reading the comment section, and there's an outpour of voices from the community saying, "Why isn't anyone covering this?
Well, it's
Why?"
brutal. The whole
Yeah.
the whole thing is brutal, right? The whole thing is brutal. I hope you're well in yourself though, and this news hasn't been consuming you too much.
Oh, it always bothers me. It's just I'm gonna say I'm gonna reserve my feelings for after this clip played.
All
But
right.
yeah, I'm gonna
All
bring
right.
it up on the big screen real quick. Uh,
All these black and brown children and young adults getting no news coverage. And the only one that did get news coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't quite get the sound on that video
Yeah.
there, but it's pretty awful. I mean, yeah, it's more than pretty awful. It's horrendous. Yeah.
For copyright reasons, I found a video that didn't have music that would get my channel struck. So
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
But nonetheless, you see the names flash across the screen.
Awful.
Attached to the age, location, and I always have two major questions. One, where are the parents? Two, why don't people seem to have the same level of urgency when it comes to melanin complected children, men or women, when it comes to being missing or in a situation where it's a life or death thing? Why?
Yeah. It's I mean, it's a crazy thing, right? Because there's definitely a racial breakdown here. There's definitely some kind of, I mean, I'm just doing some research to find out about the number of children who kind of have are going missing, right? And it's, I mean, it's a number of things, right? It's a number of things. It's like maybe it could be so many different reasons. Like I need to tread really carefully here, yeah, in how I approach this conversation, because you know it's the race card is here, right? And in fact, with all these people who are missing, I just honestly don't know really where it goes and how it happens. It's odd. It's very odd.
Sarah, Sarah, I'm glad I got to officially meet. Just to give you a quick recap. Just to give you a quick recap. It's a two-parter. I don't know if you got to see the link, but in this first clip, we are basically talking about a number of missing children of the melanin complexion and how come nobody is talking about it. Why don't we see channels, networks, platforms speaking about this in the ways that it deserves to have its airtime? So I could play the clip again if I need to, but if there's anything that you want to say before we proceed forward, if you want to add on to it, you're more than welcome. Don't go.
Morning, guys. How's it going? I will, for now, I'll let you guys continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's looking at the statistics. According to Google Gemini here, we got the statistics, right? So hundreds of thousands of children are reported missing annually, right, across many different countries. Yeah, but the US, I mean, there are 300 to 460,000 estimated missing children reports, right? But that's reports. We don't know what the actual figures are on the actual, the actuality of that. Like we don't know, but we have percentages, and I'll dig into those. But I find the whole thing, really quite odd, if I'm honest. It's a lot of kids.
It's beyond the fact that these are black kids for me. It's just about children in general, but because if I get on YouTube and I see anybody covering missing people, it's usually of a different background. If I go on Fox 5 or any of these major news televised programs, it's usually them on the opposite ethnicity. And like, it all bothers me because it's like, how is it that all these kids just come up missing like that? I don't even know the actual number. There's thousands, like thousands a year. Thousands a year. And
it's hundreds, it's hundreds of thousands, buddy. That's how many. It's literally, so it's about 1,000 children reported missing every day, is what it says here. And okay, I got some deeper figures. So over 90% are resolved quickly, with them returning home safely within days or weeks. Weeks. Wow. Where are they gone for weeks? I mean, look, if you run away and you're a kid, you run away, right? But according to this, the colored children, right? So colored children does not, it looks like so colored children make up 59%, but colored is Hispanic, Latin, and obviously black, right? For want of a better word, African American. Yeah. Excuse me if I'm unpolitically correct. I think a lot of people kind of get stressed out about that. But yeah, it looks like 35 to 36% of all missing reports are black children, so African American children. Despite them making up only 13.6% of the US youth population. So they go missing 3 times the rate of their population size, is what it says here. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Sarah, you good down there?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, no, it's okay. I can hear you, but I can't hear Nate. That's why I'm like, huh?
Oh, that's odd.
Nah, I can't hear you, man.
Can you hear me, Creed? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you fine.
Oh, he can hear me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think it's we've had technical issues with her audio where we can hear her but she can't hear us.
Yeah. I can hear you, but I can't hear Nate. So
weird.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll just learn to lip sync or lip read.
Classic.
That's okay. I'll just sit back and just listen. It's all good.
Our parents are just, I think it's a combination of things, right? I think a lot of adults are just checked out and they're not really watching over their kids anymore. I think it's bigger. I know a lot of this has to do with the government in different establishments that operate from a more insidious place. Like, we know trafficking exists. We know that a lot of these places, they are hiding behind, oh, we're Disneyland, we're the most funnest place on the earth. This is for the, but I just did a video on Disney employees getting arrested. They got caught for trafficking kids. Disney. So it's like, are we vetting these places any better than we should be? Are we really following our kids, monitoring them, having the conversations that we should be having with them about who they hang out with, who they talk to? I remember growing up, my folks always said, never talk to strangers. Never. And if you were a community, your family all knew who you were around, who you were dealing with. They knew your teachers, the principal, the janitor. PTA meetings was a must. There's no way you're just going to pick and choose when you go up there to see what's going on. You know the parents of the kids that they're hanging out with, like all of that. And with the way that technology is now, it should be no excuse. You should have everything at your disposal to be able to monitor everything. Like it's doing the complete opposite. And then on top of that, consider, and I'll yield the mic, consider the fact that a lot of parents are being bribed. They're getting paid off to allow their kids to be used in some of the most heinous ways. I know that's an uncomfortable point of view, but if you've seen what I've seen, you understand it. Like, this is the planet we live on. These are the people that we live next door to. Unfortunately, I yield the mic though.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement in a sense of we are in a stage where modern technology, everything is so easy, accessible. It's at our fingertips. You know, you would think and you would hope that, you know, it shouldn't be everything under the radar. Like, it's like this accessibility that we have this day and age. You know, you would think again that, oh yeah, you know who your children's with. Like, you think you know your, like, the teachers, or you think you know the community. But everything, unfortunately, is just, people want to speak up, but at the same time, they're afraid. And it's sad that, unfortunately, when it comes to children, I don't want to say it, but if they can, I don't want to say make a quick buck, but if they're getting bribed, you don't know the extent, because as I said, being a parent or even just having like little ones or siblings, people use that and they know that it's at such at high stakes. They use that as bait on an emotional sense. I don't know. I'm telling you, just even walking the walking the neighborhoods. This is me. I've always been one. How well do you know each other? How well do you know your neighbors? What do you really know what's going on in their world? You know what I mean? Like, everyone has that kind of fake smile, or everyone's just pretending everything, but really, there's demon or demonic. There's a side, like, if your children they're using that as bait, and they're gonna manipulate you. If they can, they will. And I don't like it at all. Like I said, the little children, little kids, like, even if you go to foster or, you know, go down that route, aren't you supposed to do like a background check? Aren't they supposed to do like a full kind of check on you? So how do they pass that? You know what I mean? Like, isn't everything supposed to be recorded? You know what I mean? But hey, because the system, you know what I mean? And people are, unfortunately, money talks. Money talks, guys.
Yeah, I pray like every day. I think we need more of it. Um, it's intensifying the spiritual war. It's not something that people really want to acknowledge or highlight a lot. I think because to live in that truth is to look at yourself in the mirror and be forced to realize that, well, here go my demons, here go my faults. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I might be just as guilty or as much a part of the problem as everybody else is, because there's really no excuse to have gotten to the place to where we don't even want to talk to nobody anymore. You go outside, you don't want to be bothered with your next door neighbor. You don't want to know who they are. You don't even want them asking you questions. Just get in your car, go to work, come home, and let that be all it is. But then when there's crimes and there's things that happen, that's when you want everybody to have a voice. But you don't want to be friendly. You don't want to get to know them. You don't want to know how many kids they got, if they married, if this, that, or the third. So if my child goes outside and they causing havoc, that's why I was like, we probably this particular topic about whether or not a person that is outside of your house should have some type of authority, not full authority, but a little bit, to be able to chastise your kid for being disrespectful out here. Or if your kid is hanging around some horny boys smoking and drinking, I see it, but which one is it? Do you want me to say anything, or should I ignore it? If she's getting beat on by a grown man and she's 17, 16 years old, do you want me to say something, or do you want me to ignore it? If he or she is getting caught stealing and robbing, do you want me to say something or ignore it? If you see somebody's being predatory, should I say something or ignore it? Which one is it? What do y'all want? Do you want the convenience of chastisement, or do you want to? I don't know. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
You're raising
No, you're
some
right.
good points there. Sorry, can you hear me, Sarah? She can't hear me. I don't know.
It's all right.
I don't know.
You'll catch it on the replay.
But it is extremely odd that, you know, there are so many hundreds of thousands of kids going missing, right? I mean, I ran away with my friend. We ran away once and we got caught. We got on the train and we went on the train. I think I was 15, right? So I'd be interested in the demographic of like how old the actual kids are. That would be quite interesting to work it out, because I mean, I think 15, if you're rebelling away from your parents and you run away, it's probably quite a normal thing, right? But kids often, maybe their parents are too hard on them, so they run away because of that. I think there are multiple reasons, and just putting it in a box of, you know, child abuse and this and that is not the right approach. It's not the right way to sort of look at it, I don't think, if I'm honest. Because we don't really know, do we? We don't know what the figures are.
Yeah, they're more than likely going to be under what's the word I'm looking for? The numbers that we see probably don't even really compare to the actual number. That's the scary part. So what you see on Google might say one thing, but that's just from what they report. There's cases that don't even get talked about at all. Even here where I'm at, there's over 32 missing kids here. I remember a couple years ago, it was just like the whole summer. They were just getting snatched up. And it's like, all right, well, at what point are we looking at this and saying some things need to change? Because you can give me a parking ticket for just driving behind a bus for $200. You got cameras on buses. You can give me a parking ticket for parking in front of a building for $75. Tow my car and everything. You got cameras to catch people speeding all day. These radars that can get your picture as you're driving away, driving to it, get your license plate, all that. But you mean to tell me y'all can't catch nobody who's getting snatched up off the side of the road? Like
With facial recognition. Isn't facial recognition now?
right. It's just, to me, it's all an excuse. So I hear people crying about it and saying we need to do more, we need to say more, and we need, all right, well, all right, we having the conversation now. So what are y'all doing with it? You're not doing anything with it. It's only when it's with a major platform that you listen. And even then, like, if I'm being honest, I think all of it is BS. I think a lot of it is bullshit. Y'all don't give a shit until it's somebody with a blue check saying it. How real can it be? Why is it them talking about this any different than me talking about it or the next person talking about it? Selective outrage. And I'm glad that a lot of these kids are being found, but a lot of them are not in the condition that the parents want them to be. Because every time I scroll up and down Instagram or something, oh, this 17-year-old got found chopped up and found in the woods. This 17-year-old boy then got the last one I saw, the boy, I think he was like 17. They found him, they shot him, cut him up, and burnt him alive. Like, the stuff be so brutal and so vicious. I put blame on a lot of parents for a lot of this. Because if you knew better, you would do better. If you weren't so lazy and you would impart in these kids what they need to survive in this world, they wouldn't be running all over the streets, smoking, popping pills, and wanting to be in everybody else's face other than yours, the family, and worried about building a future outside of these stereotypes. They go into social media looking for validation, looking for direction, looking for friendship, looking for love, looking for any type of attention. A lot of this stuff really be these kids crying out for help. But you too worried about yourself that you can't see the bigger picture. Which in this next video that I'm about to play, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to bring that up here right now. Now, I'm going to give you some extra context. But I want y'all to pay close attention to this.
So Samaj is a little boy that goes to Field Elementary in Louisville, Kentucky. Samaj is autistic and he's nonverbal. He cannot talk. His mother had noticed that some things just weren't right. He was acting funny, and she got just a motherly instinct that something's going on at school. The mother put a camera inside of Samaj's head. He had beautiful dreadlocks on his head. So she put a camera in his hair so she could monitor and see what was going on. When I tell you, I saw the video and heard what was going on. And me as a mother with an autistic son, but thank God my baby's high function. He can talk and he can tell me what's going on. Can you imagine how I felt? Listen to that video, how they tortured that little boy. They were calling him the N-word. And I want to say they was putting hands on him. Now, the whole while, this little boy couldn't defend himself. He had teachers, other teachers were standing around observing this stuff and wasn't doing nothing about it. This baby can't talk. He can't do nothing. At the press conference, the mother said, my baby can't talk. Samaj can't talk, but I will talk and speak for him. Me as an autistic mom, that's my biggest fear in the world, that somebody's gonna do something to my baby and he cannot defend himself. But I give props to that mother, because ain't no way in the world I could have just took that like that. When I saw that video of how they mistreated that little baby, and it's not his fault, he's like that. And when you send your kids to school, you should have to worry about them being safe. You know what I'm saying? And when she goes there to confront them, they act like they don't know what's going on. And by this time, I'm thinking to myself, these are all the people that have been surrounding this little boy all this time. Nobody tried to protect him from the evil teacher. You should have, this video, it would just turn your stomach. You hear me? That video would turn your stomach. But I hope, she said she wanted them to lose their job, but I hope they go to jail. I hope they go up under the jail, because autism is something that children don't ask to come in this world autistic. And I know a few kids that are nonverbal, and you try your best to, to help try to understand them and stuff. But when you send people to a school, and people go to get degrees and are trained to deal with situations like this, you would think they wouldn't be so mean and cruel. This is one of the most meanest videos I have seen in a long time. My prayers are going up for Samaj and that mom. And I hope that baby gets the justice that he deserves, because Samaj did not deserve to be treated like that. You teachers ought to be ashamed of yourself. This video really hurt my feelings.
I can't get on internet no more and not see stuff like that. Every time I scroll, it's something about racism, or it's something about abuse, or it's something about a mother or a father having to bury their kid at a young age. You're messing with an autistic kid. And I saw that. I saw the actual footage. You don't want to see it. You don't. It would trigger you. This is why I do these shows, man, because whether or not it's one person watching or 300 people watching, the fact of the matter is right, wrong is wrong. And we got a lot of ignorant adults looking over our kids. Them teachers, they tried to act like they didn't know anything was going on, even though she told them something was wrong, something was off. They kept trying to play it up like, oh, we didn't know, we didn't see nothing. Right. So just to give y'all an update, the teacher who was involved was not charged. They dropped the charges. So at this point,
on what grounds? You got the evidence. You got the. Okay, sorry.
I think it has something to do with she wasn't allowed to use film in the school. Yeah.
You've got evidence. You got proof. What? Because it's under the school grounds? What? It's what? Oh my gosh, that just makes my blood boil. And they're going after an autistic child, which that's even, they know, we all know that's wrong. And because he's unfortunately an easier target, an easier prey, so that makes it okay. Okay, I'm just going to mic up. Sorry, guys.
Nah, you got every right to feel that way. I'm pissed. I'm really pissed, because this ain't the first time I've covered something like this. You'd be surprised at the stories.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. None of this surprises me. None of it.
Like that poor mother every day. That's
yeah, but it's
a traumatic or trigger
one second, because you can't hear Nat. Nat can hear you. So when he start talking, you don't know that he's talking. I got you.
There's a first time for everything, right? That's what they say. But literally, this stuff doesn't surprise me, because it's a lot like, you know, in a lot of these senior living accommodations, they get abused by the carers, right? And if you put a camera in there, you'd probably get arrested for filming, illegally, right? And this world that we live in is truly, in many cases, a messed up place. I mean, what else is there to say? Yeah, it's disgraceful. It's literally disgraceful. But these rules on filming probably is something to do with entrapment, I would think. That's what I would imagine. So yeah, it's just very odd, Creed. The whole thing's very odd, if I'm perfectly honest. And yeah, we don't know about a lot of these cases. You're completely right. And what you just showed me, I just can't believe it, if I'm honest. And they're allowed to keep their jobs. I mean, how can you let someone keep their job after they've done that, right? Like, surely you'd have to fire them, wouldn't you? You'd have to fire them. Can you hear me? Woo! It's a result. Down under. It's a result.
Yeah.
Down under.
I was like, it was driving me mad. Guys.
Where
Anyway,
are you in Australia then?
No, I'm in the States. That's the funny
Oh, are
thing.
you? Oh, cool.
Okay, sorry. I'll mic up, but wait, I can hear.
No, you're all right. You're all right.
Oh my goodness.
It's just odd. I find it's just literally, when you start digging into what a messed up place the world is, that's all you see. And then your algorithms on your social media, it's all it shows you. Creed, maybe I need to send you some funny memes or something. Yeah, it might help you. I'll send you 3 or 4 memes. You need to make sure you watch them and laugh, and then you'll get more memes. Yeah, it might help your mental health a bit.
Yeah.
Because literally, if you keep looking at one type of thing, it's just going to keep showing it to you, and it's going to find you stuff that's even worse, because your attention is being controlled by this media, right? And it's horrific, right? It's literally horrific. So don't go sending me too many of these things, buddy, or I'll stop seeing these funny memes and I'll get depressed as well.
Hey, look.
It's true though. It is so true. I don't know about you guys. Me being out here in the States now, I don't watch the news. I just don't. I just can't handle it. It is always. It's just. I find it's just too heavy. It's too dark. I get it. I get the glimpse. I get the highlights. Peace out. I get it now. But yeah, it's just like there's so much that is going on in the world and society. Like, I find the real important things that needs to be addressed, everyone's hushing and overlooks and pretending everything is normal and it's okay. No, really, motherfucker, this is what's really going on. That's what baffles me. You've got real life situations, but as you know, it's all about control. It's all about feeding what they need to tell the people, the polished version. You know what I mean? It's not like what we are, where we were addressing and having real conversations, where it needs to be spoken about and more, and needs to be addressed. That's what pisses me off. Sorry, as I said, being an Aussie, I'm one to speak up. I'm not afraid to speak up, but I'm always the villain. I am always the villain. But this is what needs to be told. This is what needs to be spoken. It needs to be addressed.
You're muted, buddy.
I forgot I muted. Over the last 4 years, I've come to the conclusion that a lot of these adults that have these jobs either had them with the intentions of destroying lives. They were sent there to do it, or they volunteered to do it. I don't think any of it is by chance or just some odd circumstance. One video I reacted to was of a woman who owns a school, and she uses it as a fight club for kids. She participated, her and her staff. Between that, teachers sleeping with students and everything else in between, I don't know if it's the Board of Education is just a complete blunder. They just failed. Whoever's hiring these people, they need to be looked at. I think all of it needs to be wiped off the face of the planet. We need a whole restart. We need a new system. We need new staff members, new men and women in these seats to actually care about what's going on in these schools, to revamp all of it, because it's too much. It's way too much, and it's too often. Yeah, I need to see more memes. I need to laugh more. But at the same token, I need to see what's happening. I need to know what's going on. The people need to know what's going on, because y'all just act like we live on. You act like Jesus has come, raptured the earth, and everything is heaven. No,
it's not. No,
it's at all by a long shot. We got monsters that walk amongst us, that live next door to us, that work with us. We got people in different places in the government against us. I don't know. I think we need a reset. I just think we need a whole reset. We need more prayer warriors for these kids that's going missing. We need to start trying to figure out how to hold these parents accountable, hold communities accountable, because it's not just one person. If we were unified, we could prevent a lot of the crimes that we see happening. These numbers wouldn't be so high. They wouldn't be able to prey on us as much as they do. And I'm gonna stop there.
True. But you know, in the UK, you've got all sorts of dodgy things been going on with these rape gang inquiry, you know, and it's like, I mean, I'm not in the UK, right? I'm in Croatia. So I kind of, you know, it's a lot safer here, right? But we still have potential for tourists, you know, to apparently there are a lot of tourists that were caught like filming kids on camera and stuff like that. But Croatians really look out for this sort of stuff, right? They're really on point with it. But in the UK, I mean, this rape gang inquiry, it was on an industrial level. They were extracting white children, Muslim men, Pakistani men were extracting white children from the streets, right? And they were priming them with alcohol, pretending that they loved them, giving them drugs, and then making them have sex with everybody and charging money for it, right? So in my mind, I think it's a proven model, right? And obviously some of these children that happens to, right? But we don't know what the percentage is. According to Gemini, it said that the 1 in 7 rule. So this is 1 in 7 endangered runaways, right? Is likely to become a victim of child sex trafficking. So that is basically 4,300 to 4,500 sex trafficking situations annually, and that's boys and girls at equal rates, right? Which is just, it's just vile. The whole thing is just vile, right? So we do need a reset. We do need more of a community feel to what's going on, but I don't know quite what to say, what to do about it, right? It's a question of, you're one voice, aren't you, that is the voice of, reason, right? And it's odd. The whole thing is odd. But maybe perhaps 20, 30, 40 years ago, you just didn't hear about it because we didn't have social media. We didn't have this and that and the other. So actually the same thing was happening, but in fact, you just didn't hear about it. So it wasn't in your feed. So you didn't know about it. Right. So I don't know, man. I find the whole thing really, really quite vile. Yeah, the whole behavior around this situation is vile, and it's just awful, right? I don't know what to say, what to do about it, really, if I'm perfectly honest.
And it's interesting that you're saying that we're aware, we know what's happening, and it is happening, but it seems to be squashed down, or everyone's like walking a blind eye. Why are we walking a blind eye? You know what I mean? The government is actually funding things that shouldn't even be funding or funded. And then you've got we're talking children here. You know what I mean? We're talking like these, they don't have a voice. They're not fully matured. And you're allowing this? And you're pretending that it's okay? And it's going to continue like this. And I don't want to say it. It's all got to do with money and control. And it's power. I know the government knows about it. I know it, they do. In that kind of sense. So, you know what I mean? And I like how when they use that blame game. We're doing our part. Or they need to bring it in, like, it's interesting when it comes to the election, or they use that as a political talk, as we're going to improve this and you're going to improve that. No, you should have done this and been addressing this a long time ago. You're aware of it. Why all of a sudden now you want to take and show and pretend that you're going to do something about it? To me, it's a scapegoat.
Yeah, I agree completely, Sarah. And the UK, I mean, they completely ignored what was going on. The police are whatever the hell the word is I'm looking for. They are guilty. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, anyone that was in the government that knew what was going on, that covered up any of this stuff, should be totally arrested, right? And put on trial. Yeah, but it's run too deep. Conspiracy runs too deep. And I don't know anything about the American conspiracy of what's going on out there. I have no clue whatsoever. But in terms of the UK, it is an invasion, right? So, and the rest of Europe as well, frankly.
Look, I can tell you 3 different times of different cultures as we speak in under a minute. Okay, I have Egyptian, I have Australian, and now in the US. I remember just walking with my father, because my father's dark skin and obviously I'm fair. And I remember walking through Egypt, going to town hall, Tahrir Square is what they call it, to get my Egyptian passport. Because how many times that people would stop my father and I, they thought that my father had bought me because of obviously the color of the skin. And I was like, what the hell? And this was like 20 something years ago. You know what I mean? This is before like the 9/11, before, the pandemic, all that, you know what I mean? And I didn't understand because, I grew up in Australia. I don't understand all this. And my father's like, okay, that's it. I'm going to educate you. And he went up, got my passport. I was waiting downstairs. Do you know how many men approached me pretending they wanted to speak to me in English? This is real. I'm not faking this. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? Pretending they wanted to ask for the time and pretending, so they can speak to me. And my father's like, who did you speak to? I went, damn, like, was it like that? He goes, yeah. You got to understand, you are now in Africa or Middle East. You're an easy target. You're on their territory, and they'll use any tactic where they will abduct you, to sell you, and do whatever. So he goes, forget about the Australian passport right now. You're using the Egyptian. I went, damn. He goes, yep, use that. And I went, whoa. So I know there's a lot of trafficking, human trafficking. I know, especially being in that third world country, it's big money. Even in Saudi Arabia or, Abu Dhabi. And the Egyptian government, they know about it, but it's an easy way to make money. I don't want to say it, but it's the truth. And when it comes to kiddies or little children, that's another, because unfortunately, the younger it is, the more, the high value it is. And yeah.
I think one of the things that we can do moving forward is to continue to bring more awareness to these stories as much as possible. I think every voice, every upload, every tweet, it counts for something. Just because a person doesn't visibly say or confirm that they see what you're doing, doesn't mean that no one's paying attention. Another thing, it starts with us. Who are you? What type of human are you? What kind of walk do you have? Are you serving yourself or are you serving the Lord? Like, really, where I think it's like at a point where we need to figure out what side we stand on. And I'm not saying we specifically, but like in general, people need to really pick a side, because being on both sides of the spectrum is not going to cut it, because there's too many of us losing loved ones earlier than we're supposed to be, when all of that could have been prevented. Every life matters. It's not a race thing. Every life matters. And we should have more of an uproar about these kids being missing as frequently as they are. We should be in the streets. We should be at the door of these government officials' houses or wherever, and we should be making it very clear that we need answers, we need results. Instead of you wasting our tax dollars on data centers that's taking our water from us. We don't need a ballroom. We don't need a trophy, a Trump. We need homes to be rebuilt or restructured. We need the homes off the street. We need healthier food. Instead of paying ICE to snatch up these illegal immigrants, why don't you use them to help stop the trafficking? Actually put them to actual use. And we need, yeah, I don't know.
No, you're right. You're so right. Okay, do you know how many people were messaging me, texting me, kept saying, what's going on in LA? What's with the ice? Blah, blah, blah. And I would be like driving and I'm like, oh, this shit's real. I go, this is me. Why are they targeting or why are they interrogating? You need to get ICE? You need to get National Guards? Are you like, why do you feel the need to deport them or go to that extreme measure? That threw me. That to this day, it doesn't sit well with me, and it's not right. Like, you can be doing better things with the tax dollar. You know what I mean? Why are you intimidating, interrogating? Why? Because they're not from here? Because their English isn't well? You know what I mean? Are they bothering? Are they hurting anyone? This is what throws me. There is, yeah. Oh, that's, yeah. As I said, that's a sore spot for me.
I don't have anything else to add. I'm not going to dig into ICE and what I think about all of that. It's a big, big topic. Big topic. And there are many, many, many conversation points around it, to be honest. But thank you, Creed. I greatly appreciate it, man. And nice to meet you, Sarah. And yeah, I agree with you. I think we need to just share it. If we see these things, we just need to share them. I think that's all we can do, right? It's not a lot else we can do. Yeah. On a global level.
Yeah.
My thoughts and prayers go out to the little ones that's still out here trying to find their way back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I want to publicly apologize, and I want to say, it's not Sarah, it's Sarah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because I made that
Sorry.
mistake a while ago, and I felt bad about it. It was eating me up.
Sarah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, look, my bad.
So sorry.
It's okay. No. I appreciate it that you're just making the effort. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? So, in that sense, because I'm. It's so funny that I'm learning. I'm like different pronunciations, different. So I get it. So, but thank you.
I'm glad y'all can make it this morning. I'm getting ready to restructure the morning shows.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
we'll be in contact. I'll talk to you guys soon. If you need to reach me, you know how.
Yes.
To the people that's watching, I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all afternoon. God bless.
Yes.
And be out.